Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tinola. This is me. This is us. Welcome back. I'm super excited because in today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys finally about my mole and my mole removal surgery. This was my first cosmetic surgery, and yeah, I just want to take you guys through everything as an update and also just enlighten you about moles generally and getting them removed and all that stuff. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. So guys, if this is your first time tuning in here, you're welcome. On this channel I share contents on hair, beauty and healthy lifestyle, so feel free to subscribe down below. It's completely free, and turn on the notification bell beside it. That way you guys get more contents from me every single time. Let's say once a week, so I'm not going to bug you, so don't worry. Keep the notification bell turned on, please. Today we're talking about mole. As you guys can see this gorgeous human being right here. I look different, don't I? I know some of you might not notice the difference, especially if you've not seen me in person or you've not seen my older videos. But I recently got my mole removed. So just to give you a quick background on what my mole looked like and what it really is, in this video I'm going to be including some pictures, graphics, so be prepared to see some things that might not look very comfortable. So basically, a mole is also called a nevus or nevi if it's more than one, and it's basically like an accumulation of melanocytes in one part of your skin. So melanocytes produce melanin, right? So it makes the mole look dark. It makes that area of your skin look darker than the other parts of your body. So usually when you have this kind of flat dark moles on your skin while you were born, they will call it birthmark. And there are different types of moles. They are different in shapes, in sizes, in color, borders, all of that. So moles are usually safe. They are usually non-cancerous, but they could be cancerous. So we can categorize moles into three different categories. We have the simple mole, okay, the compound mole, and the atypical mole. So the simple mole is the ones that are usually flat, the birthmark that you get as a child from birth. So they call it birthmark, right? They're usually flat and they usually look quite beautiful. I mean, in my opinion, they are gorgeous. And we have the compound mole. These ones are, some of them are also gotten from birth, and some of them were developed in the first 2 decades of your life. So let's say from like birth to like when you're in your 20s basically. So this mole also is usually non-cancerous, and it's not flat, it's bulging out. So that exactly is what I had. I had the compound mole, but it was looking relatively healthy. Okay, I'm still going to come back to exactly what it was like having this mole. And then we have the atypical mole. They're usually not from birth. They are mostly acquired, and they are also called dysplastic nevi if I'm right. They are usually, sometimes they change in their appearance and they could be cancerous, I believe. So what I had was the compound mole, and for the compound mole you could, like I said, acquire it from birth, or it could just be from sunburn, or some people even get it during pregnancy. But mine, I've had it all my life. So what happened with my mole was it literally grew bigger as I grew older, because when I was a baby it was really small, and then it just grew bigger. So it was relatively healthy in my own opinion. There was changes in size, but there was no changes in color. The borders were relatively smooth. It started growing hair on it. Yeah guys, I had to deal with that. I had to deal with hair. It wasn't painful for me, but you would see people retain their mole all their life, and you see some people, they just want to get rid of it. If it's not disturbing you, you don't need to take it out. It's really, in most cases, it's not harmful. You just have to make sure you're monitoring it. If you see any sort of changes and all that, you know, then you should be concerned and you should seek a medical advice, you know. But for me, it wasn't that my mole was changing in color or it was giving me some sort of health concern. It was more of convenience, because I got to the point where I was tired of removing hair from my mole. When it started bringing out hair, I know this really sounds gross, but it's what it is. When my mole started bringing out hair, that was like, I can't even remember. That was like maybe 6-7 years ago. That was when my mole started bringing out hair. But initially, when he started doing that, the hair wasn't much and it would come out like once in 3 weeks. But then it got to the point, as of the time that I had to take it out, it got to the point where I literally had to remove hair from my mole every week, because I got tired of seeing the hair there. And for me, it wasn't just comfortable. So me taking out my mole was mostly for aesthetic reasons, not because my mole was not healthy or because it was giving me concern. And I also wanted to just take it out just to prevent any sort of, you know, mole changing in color or becoming cancerous and all that. I just don't want to deal with all that. So I just decided to take it out. So usually taking out your mole is usually subjective. Some people like it there, some people don't like it there. I don't feel like less beautiful with the mole. Sometimes it would draw negative attentions to me, sometimes it would draw positive attentions to me, because mine was pretty big, okay? It was pretty big. It wasn't really disturbing me, but I just felt like this was the right timing for me to take it out. So when I decided to take my mole out, I decided to obviously check online to see where I could get the procedure done here in Toronto. So I saw some places and I decided to go to one of them. When I went there, they were really nice. Their service sounded good. They measured my mole, they checked it out. They told me it was like 12 mm. Yeah, that's like really big. And it was right here. I couldn't meet a dermatologist the day I went, but I met a nurse there, and she suggested that I do electrocautery. So when it comes to mole removal procedures, we have surgical, we have laser, we have electrocautery, and we have cryotherapy. So first of all, you need to know, if you're staying here in Toronto, that most aesthetic cosmetic procedures are not covered under your like health card. I don't know if your insurance might cover it, but I wasn't covered. Basically, I had to pay out of pocket for it. And when it comes to mole, they charge based on the size most of the time. If it's a smaller size, you'll pay a smaller fee basically, but if it's a huge size, you pay more. So mine was a huge size. The nurse checked it and she told me that she would recommend me doing electrocautery. At this point, I felt good because electrocautery didn't sound scary. It just sounded like, oh, they're just gonna you know, I don't know if you guys understand how electrocautery is done. You can check it out, but it's basically like them using something hot to like scrape off the mole and burn it at the same time. That way the blood vessels are burnt and everything is like cleared off there, if I'm making any sense. But yeah, you guys can check it out, electrocautery. It didn't sound very scary, but what I was concerned about was reoccurrence. So sometimes you take out your mole and then it regrows. Yeah, so for me, I asked that if you do just electrocautery, is my mole going to grow back? And she's like, she can't really guarantee it not growing back. And that's the truth. No one can really guarantee your mole not growing back. You do electrocautery. I personally, I was like, okay. I was thinking about that, and you know, I decided to get a second opinion. Not because I feel like they didn't know what they were doing, but because I just wanted to know my options. So the other mole removal methods were not going to be possible for me. The only options I had was electrocautery and surgery. I could not do laser and I could not do cryotherapy because my mole was really big. So since I was a bit skeptical with electrocautery, which does not guarantee that my mole will never regrow, and it could also cause a lot of scarring and hyperpigmentation around that area, the other option obviously was going to be surgery. So I went to another clinic, dermatology clinic, which is like the best here in Toronto based on the awards they've gotten. It's a very nice clinic, and you know, they were also very nice. And I met with a doctor there. She checked my mole and she's like, okay, you're going to have to do surgery. And in my mind I'm like, what? Surgery? No, I've never done surgery before. I don't want to do surgery. Like, I can't even deal with that right now. She's like, okay, that's the best option, because when it's surgically removed, the mole will be taken to the lab to check the sample if it's like healthy mole or not. You know, if it has some cancerous cells in it or something like that. You know, they just want to know what kind of mole it is, basically. One of the advantages of the surgery. The other advantage is they would take out everything. They'll go inside and take out everything, so that way it will not regrow. The mole will not. So that's another advantage of the surgery. At the end of the day, the cost of the surgery and everything, it was actually better in the second place, the place I finally chose to do it, than the first place. So I felt more reassured, decided to do the surgical procedure. So after the consultation, I went back home. Some days after I went for my surgery, it wasn't a long surgery, so it's not even like surgery. It's really easy procedure done inside the clinic, and I was not asleep. I was awake, and they numbed the area. They cut the mole out and they sutured, and afterwards they added like the bandage and all that, and I was told to cover it, avoid the sun as much as possible, add a lot of Vaseline just to keep it moisturized. And guys, I never knew Vaseline was really good. Like, Vaseline is really good for your wound healing process. Once you have a scar, Vaseline doesn't make any sense, but when you just have a fresh wound, Vaseline is actually very good. Petroleum jelly is very good for wound healing. So I was told to use a lot of petroleum jelly. I was told to come back 10 days after to take out the suture. So that was basically what happened, and then I went 10 days after to take out the suture. But in between those days, I was taking care of the wound on my own at home. So I was not using alcohol swab or anything like that. I was just cleaning it with a cotton pad, and then I would apply Vaseline on it, and then I'll cover it with a bandage. The bandage I was using was not good for me, but I just kept on using it. But it wasn't good for me because I was having a lot of reactions. And then when I went back to the clinic 10 days after, she's like, oh, the bandage you're using, you didn't need to use that kind of bandage, you know. Like, it was really irritating for me. So that was just it anyway, and I got the sutures removed. And yeah, honestly guys, it wasn't scary at all. I decided to do this procedure in this period of time because, you know, because of the pandemic, people have been wearing masks a lot. So this is a time that I feel like it's best for me to do it because I'm able to wear mask and cover that place when I'm going outside until it heals totally. And yeah, I just felt really comfortable, confident of going through the procedure. I was really happy it turned out right, it turned out well. Today is actually the 10th day. Today is actually the day I went to get out my sutures, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. It's still kind of healing. The thing I was advised, which I had to even sign an agreement for at the clinic, is that my mole remover could cause hyperpigmentation on my skin, on that part of my skin, or it could cause scarring on that part of my skin, or it could even cause a keloid on that part of my skin, because as a dark skin lady, when you have a dark skin, your skin is more prone to have like keloids and scarring and hyperpigmentation after a surgery on that particular part of your body. So I mean, I understood that, and nobody can actually control that. It just depends on how your body reacts to it. So hopefully my body reacts well. It's been reacting well, and I thank God for that. For me, it's all a success. And yeah, honestly, that's everything, guys. It's really that easy, really that straightforward. This is not me giving anyone any medical advice. If you're concerned about your mole, if you have one, you can definitely visit a doctor to check it out, and they would help you with the right recommendation for you. If you're someone that you're okay with your mole, you don't feel any need to take it out, it's totally fine, because honestly, moles are beauty marks, especially when they're healthy. But you know, if you're not sure of your mole, if you notice any form of changes, then you definitely want to consult a health practitioner. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. This is my new look, this is my new face, this is what I've been up to. Let me show you guys in this very awkward. I can't wait to see it heal totally and just look fabulous. Hopefully no keloids, no hyperpigmentation and all that, because I can't even deal with all that. But just in case, like if you're also concerned about that, in any case you begin to have like keloids or hyperpigmentation after doing like your mole remover, then they can also do like subsequent laser procedures or other procedures just to help you manage that scarring or hyperpigmentation. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions about mole remover. I will try my best to answer as much as I can. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you learned one or two things, or if you just enjoyed watching, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. That will mean a lot to me. Thank you. And turn on the notification bell. Share this video with other people so that they can get to watch the video and it can get to whoever needs it. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it. Bye.